Welcome to another edition of Flea Market Fantasy, the world's second greatest Bronze Age era comic book podcast. Joining me as always is new Michael, Kevin Jank.
I'm here, Mike Dell, but I've got some sad news for you because I've created a clone, a younger, sexier clone of you, and we're going to be replacing you with that guy next week. So this is your
That's
last episode.
that's fair. I would do the same thing. Right?
Yeah, yeah, you've aged out. Sorry.
So I bet the clone can get up off the floor. Yeah.
No problem. Yep.
So,
He's picking up things left and right.
but why don't you tell the people what we're reading this evening, Jank?
So today we're reading The Wanderers, number 5 from 1988, I do believe. My math was correct on that one.
Yes. The Wanderers. Now, this is an issue we saw advertised in the back of another obscure issue that we were reading, and I can't
That's
remember.
right. I don't remember
I don't
either
remember what we
exactly
were
what
reading.
issue that was, but I think I said last week it could have been Slash Maraud, but something like that, I'm thinking.
Possible, yeah. But
One of
tell the
these
people,
random advertisements we see that, we don't know anything about when we see it, but it sounded
yeah,
interesting because it was,
yeah,
I think it was just kind of a shot of two of the characters, and then it said something about like, the Wanderers, reborn to solve the greatest mystery of all, their own murder. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting.
yeah.
That's a good
That is
concept.
that is a hell of a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like an elevator pitch. You hear that and you're like, oh, I'm kind of in. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then we read the book.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
And there's a reason I have not picked this sooner. I kind of looked at it and it really didn't look as good as they were advertising it. But it was an intriguing concept. I figured eventually we'd get to it. And now is the
uh,
time.
Now is the time. All right, so before we get into that, though, let's remind everybody if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I think we picked up one, so up to 439 subscribers.
Slowing down around the
439.
holidays. Yeah. People got better things to do.
Yeah,
They're watching that
we're
Yule
very
log
busy.
channel, nothing but people burning fireplaces.
And if we get to 500 subscribers, Jank is going to make me read The Dark Knight Returns or The Dark Knight or what is it? The
Dark Knight
Dark Knight.
Returns.
Dark Knight Returns. Man, it's so confusing to me. All
Yeah.
right.
If we can
I
get to
really
a
don't want to
thousand,
do
I'll
that.
make him read
So,
The Dark Knight Strikes Again, which no one wants.
yes. So and I also have a book out there called Monkey Flip about a chimp detective. All right. So The Wanderers, issue 5 from 1988. This series was from DC Comics
Hmm.
and it lasted 13 issues.
A banner run.
I believe it was an ongoing series. Like I don't think it was a limited series. I
Yeah, I
believe.
did look at the last issue, and there was a little, like a tiny thing in the letter column, like, "Hey, yeah, this comic was
Uh
canceled due to low sales,
oh,
but thank you to
that's
the people
always
who
the
did read."
worst.
Yeah.
So did they was there a definite like conclusion to the storyline or did they just slip that little
Hard to
editor note in the
say.
letter column?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't read the issue itself, but I did
Yeah.
happen to see that at the end there, so.
That's always so sad when they just slip it in the
Yeah.
letter column. Hey, by the way, this is the last issue. Thanks. Oh, it's a
Yep.
shame. But get a load of this though. The Wanderers, their first appearance was in Adventure Comics issue 375 in 1968.
Ooh,
And
a
guess
rich, long
their
history,
creators,
apparently.
Jim Shooter.
Whoa.
He was 16 years old when he did this, like 16,
Of
17.
course he was.
I know.
That was his
He
old, that
started
was
right.
him in his old age, basically.
He started writing for DC when he was 14.
Yeah.
So no jive. 14.
Oh my
Uh,
God, what a time.
and the artist that created it was Win Mortimer. We love Win Mortimer. You remember Win, don't you?
Remind me?
He drew one of our favorite comics ever, Night Nurse.
Oh yeah. Okay. What was that guy's
Win
name?
Mortimer.
Dr. Driscoll
The
or whatever his name was?
doctor, yeah, there's an evil doctor in Night Nurse. He was a boozer,
Yeah.
just mowing people down in the streets with his car. And then he's also hopped up on
Then
prescription
doing,
pills.
yeah, he would run him down and then he'd be the doctor trying to save their life.
It was amazing. Uh, he got Villain of the Year last year in
He
the
sure
Flea
did,
Awards.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, how about the Jim Shooter creating the Wanderers? And then so the team appeared as allies to the Legion of Superheroes. Yeah, I think originally like they were like hypnotized into being evil,
Mm.
and then the Legion freed them, and then they became their pals.
Oh, okay. So they are they in the future?
Yes, because the Legion was what, year 3000 or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say if they're interacting with them, this has got to be way in the future.
Yeah. So the original team members were Celebrand. I don't
Oh,
think he's in this issue.
that
I
sounds
don't
like
know
a
what's in this
medication
one.
name. Ask your doctor
He
about Celebrand.
a lot of these names sound like medications. That would be a fun. Oh, I should have done that. Like medication or wanderer. We could have
Yeah.
Celebrant. He was their leader and strategist. I don't know who he is in this. Like, is he Clonus maybe in this version? I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't think he was in here at all unless yeah, he could have got a name change. I don't know.
then you had Psyche, uh,
Yeah. She
my
was there.
favorite TV show.
Yep. I'm guessing you did not like this psych as much.
She is a psychic vampire who can manipulate and feed on emotions. So that's something. Then you
Yeah.
had the Quantum Queen. She can not to be confused with the Dancing Queen. She can be she can manipulate and transform quantum energy. Then we had
Yeah. She
Elvo.
does that in all kind of ways, apparently. There's a bunch of things going
Yeah,
on.
she could potentially be a really cool character, but
Yeah. I mean,
we'll
no
talk
human
about it.
starfish, but pretty
Yeah.
good.
Elvo was a master swordsman who wields an energy sword. Dartag, he was an expert with blowguns and darts. It's
Yeah.
a good.
Apparently, when they brought him back, they gave him an upgrade
Yes, they
so that
did.
he doesn't need his blowguns anymore.
Ornitho, a winged humanoid who can transform into birds. You're already a winged humanoid. Why do you need to be a bird?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you turn into a fish. That'd be more useful. Something opposite of what you
And
normally
then
are.
Immorto, an expert marksman with a healing factor. So that was the
Ah, like
original
Mr.
team.
Immortal, basically, from Great Lakes Avengers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So then after the crisis there, the old post-crisis, this series kicked off. And so they revamped a lot of the characters. Now the writer was Doug Mensch.
Yeah. We've done
You
plenty
like
of Doug
Doug
Mensch
Mensch?
on this book, on this show before, and I don't know. I seemed like I felt like I liked his stuff better in the other instances we read.
He's most famous for probably his Batman stuff. He did
Yeah,
Nightfall. I think that was
sure
a big
did.
thing he
Big
did.
Batman guy there in the 90s.
Now, the original artist who redesigned the characters was Steve Dillon,
Holy hell.
but he was replaced. I guess they didn't like what he's doing by
Oh,
Dave
wow.
Hoover and Robert Campanella, who redesigned the characters again. So,
Oh my God.
and then Dave Hoover is the artist on this issue as well.
Yeah, it seems like he
And
was on the first issue too. So apparently those Steve Dillon designs never even made it to print.
yeah. They never made it to the issues. Like they were just in
Wow.
the early stages of the project, and they looked at him and they said, "No, no, thank you, Steve Dillon. I'll do this somewhere else." So, all right. So here's the premise of this book, as Jack alluded to earlier. Though the original Wanderers were murdered,
Hmm.
and a fella named Clonus brought them back to life as clones of their
Yeah.
originals.
We love clone stories.
So now there were some upgrades, like Jank mentioned. Dartag becomes Dartalon, and now he's
Huh.
like
So they
he's
changed his name too, not just, oh,
yeah,
you're a weird looking guy now, but also
yeah,
we changed your
now
name.
Dartalon,
We give you a new birth
and
certificate and everything.
he's like an orange like monstery guy, but he's also like a porcupine. He's got quills all over his back and stuff, and
Yeah.
he can fire the quills or throw them or do any pickle. I don't know what he can do with them. Eat Chinese food with them. He can do all kind of things with his quills.
Yeah. He basically is a human blow dart at this point.
He can knit you a sweater. He can do everything.
Oh,
So
how
yeah,
thoughtful. That comes in handy
I'm
at Christmas
telling
time.
that Elvo guy became Elvar, and he still has an energy sword, but now it can trigger emotions in others.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like a walking Viagra. He just fucks around.
So he can like make you like loosen you up, be like, let you want to me to stab you with my magic sword.
My magic
Maybe just
energy
quit
sword.
fighting.
Trigger emotions. And Morto became Reanimage. That's a terrible name.
Yeah.
Reanimage. But yeah, he can heal and now he can resurrect others and he can heal others as well, I guess.
Wow.
So
He's got it
it's an
all.
upgrade.
That's definitely an upgrade.
Ornitho became Aviax, but his powers stayed the same. So he's still the humanoid guy who can turn into birds. Although
Yeah.
did
Or giant
it
like pterodactyl men. He can turn into Sauron, it
yeah.
seems like.
But it didn't seem like he had wings in his human form, right? In this issue, like the earlier
No,
versions.
he's just got like a weird pointy costume. I guess
Yes,
kind
the
of looks like
costume.
wings.
It's the worst costume a man has ever
It's
worn
really bad.
in comic
Yeah.
books. Like if
Yeah, it
you're a
looks as
sexy
dopey as if you
lady,
gave
you,
if you gave a man Dagger's costume, it would look
yeah,
pretty dopey, but this is pretty close.
if you're a sexy lady, you could get away with wearing something like this.
Yeah.
But a fella doesn't work, right? This
No.
doesn't
A
work.
lot of room for no reason.
Yeah. It's kind of like, well, I don't even remember what movie it was. Remember when Sean Connery was in like some science fiction thing
Like
or some
Zardoz?
or some crazy outfit? But I don't know. Anyway, and then Psyche and Quantum Queen stayed the exact same. No changes needed.
Oh,
No
yeah.
notes. No.
All right, we got those right the first time.
So,
Jim Shooter was on the ball on those.
so there you go. That's the team of the Wanderers. And after this series, I guess they have made other appearances, but you don't really hear too much about the Wanderers. So
No. They didn't try to bring this back in the new 52 or something like that.
they probably did. Who cares? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No one really cares. I could see why this was canceled after 13 issues.
The premise is pretty cool, though. I like the
Yeah.
premise.
Yeah.
A hell of a tagline. So yeah, the writer Doug Mensch, 510 writing credits at DC. Holy hell. And he did all the
Oof.
Batman. But we've never talked about is it Dave Hoover? Yeah, Dave Hoover. Yeah, that's what it is, right? Of course it is. Yeah. I was thinking it was Dan Hoover, but no, it's Dave Hoover. And he was born 1955 in Barrysburg, Pennsylvania. And
Oh.
sadly he died in 2011. But
Oh no.
he started his career in animation and he worked at Filmation Studios from 1977 to 1985. And he worked on such programs as Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, The Archie Show,
Ooh.
Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, The New Adventures of Flash Gordon, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe,
Oh.
She-Ra, Princess of Power, The Super
Sure.
Friends, The Smurfs,
Dang.
Men in Black, the series. That was in
Oh
19.
yeah.
That was back in the 80s.
No, that was definitely the 90s, like late 90s.
How the heck? Oh yeah, I don't know. The Godzilla Power Hour, RoboCop, Alpha Commando, and many more. I never heard of Alpha Commando. But you work on He-Man and the Super
Yeah.
Friends.
And the
It's pretty good.
Smurfs?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh man. What doesn't this guy
So
have his
then,
fingers in?
so then he started working in comics from 87 to 97, and he had 34 penciling credits at DC, including all 13 Wanderers and 10 issues of Starman.
Oh yeah.
I hate Starman so
Mike L
much.
loved to pick Starman. Anything that was named Starman, he was gonna pick it.
He had 63 penciling credits at Marvel, and including issues 425 to 443 of Captain America. So,
Oh.
yeah, he was the regular artist on Captain America for over a year. It's pretty
Hmm.
good.
Yeah, it must have been what, 90s? Right before
Yeah, like I
Heroes
think 90,
Reborn-ish?
93, 94, something like that, I think.
Yeah. Probably before Kubert came on, I think.
So in 2003, he returned to the comics industry with his creator-owned adult series Wild Knight.
Uh-oh.
And Wild is spelled with an E and Knight is Knight. Wild
Oh, I wish
Knight.
this was Bronze Age because this sounds like something we should be reading.
I know. And in 2004, Hoover joined E Adult Comics lineup of artists. I never heard of E
Whoa.
Adult Comics. He had established himself as a good girl artist. I don't know what that means.
Interesting.
And
I'm intrigued.
Hoover's first assignment for the online adult comics publisher was Jungle Love. So
You think
that's,
he drew guys wearing dopey costumes like this aviary guy?
I have no idea. So that's Dave Hoover. Uh, Anything else about this book we should know before we start? Can't imagine you know
Uh,
anything about the Wanderers. No one does. No one
no.
does. Yeah. All right. Well, let's. Why don't you describe the cover for us?
All right. So the cover, we got just a little kind of black DC logo in the corner there inside of a square. It says new format. This is the
Yeah.
new Coke of comic books. So then it's mostly a green background, and there's kind of like a rectangle in the middle, which is where all the action's happening. But we got revealed at last, the shocking secret of the Wanderers, and that's kind of been
Revealed at last. It's been 4 issues
yeah,
until this one. This is
yeah.
issue 5. They weren't
They kind
exactly
of did
making.
a did a Twin Peaks here and kind of solved the mystery too soon.
Yeah, you got to keep the mystery going. That's
Yeah,
what keeps people interested.
yeah. That's why I only made it to 13.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so then says number five. And then inside the box here, we've got some weird kind of lime green carpeting or something going on down there. But on top of that, you have the Wanderers, all six of them. They're battling a bunch of these weird purple impish demon things. Uh, they're all kind of trying to get a piece of them. I guess that's the
Yeah.
immortal guy. He's kind of firing like a ray gun. Um,
Yep.
sword guy
Yeah,
swinging his sword.
that reanimage guy, the immortal fella. He's got like a white outfit with like blue shoulder pads. Um,
Yeah, he looks like
he's
he's playing
black in
laser
there.
tag, kind of.
Yes. And he's got like a red solar flare star on his chest, kind of.
Yeah,
And he's a white
very
fella with
Captain Marvel-esque.
black hair. Quantum Queen is just a foxy blonde in a skimpy outfit, like a skimpy
Hmm.
pink reddish outfit.
Yeah, kind of looks like Titania, maybe, except more scantily dressed almost.
And we mentioned Dark Talon. He's the monster guy with the quills. Psyche is just a white lady with white hair, and even though she's young, she has like white hair,
Yeah,
and she's in a
Clea
blue
style or
outfit.
Clea style.
That Elvar guy is like a pinkish reddish skinned elf in like a
Yep.
green outfit.
He wasn't resurrected to to solve the murder. He was just resurrected to go back to those elf orgies.
Yes, from
He
ElfQuest.
was missing out.
And I want you to describe Aviax's costume. This is the one we were talking about earlier.
Okay, so he's got kind of greenish hair, that's kind of in like a mohawk, but then also like I don't know, like a mullet going on behind there. It's a weird look he's got hair
Yeah,
wise.
you don't see many Mohawk mullets. It is a
Yeah.
rare combination.
But he's got kind of red gloves, red boots, but then he's got this like a wrestling singlet, but it only goes right down the
Mhm.
middle in like a straight line, and the shoulder pads just stick up ridiculously high, not even like they must have wire hangers in there to keep them up at this weird pointy angle because they're not resting on his shoulders. They're just shooting up in the air. And he's kind of got like a little yellow fringe in the middle of that, kind of, highlighting his neck bone, I guess. And just kind of wearing tiny underpants. And like the underpants turn into like a dress where it like hangs down, like a loincloth, I guess you'd call it, that goes and hangs down the front of his,
Yeah,
his junk.
I don't even, yeah, like I don't even know if he has underpants on. That's just like a really
Yeah,
thick belt
that's
with like
true.
a tunic in the front that runs down the middle and down the back. So I think he's
Yeah.
free balling it under there. Just,
Maybe he's part bird, so he doesn't have any balls.
yeah, no pants whatsoever. Just a lot of bare skin on this fella.
Yeah, he is
Terrible
scantily
costume.
clad. It's
Terrible,
off-putting.
terrible costume.
At least
Now,
he's
now
not in
these
that form most of the book, so that's helpful. He turns into like a pterodactyl man.
with these purple impish fellas, they yeah, they're supposed to be like the big bad enemies of this
Yeah.
book, and they're just not intimidating whatsoever. Like I just,
I
you
guess the
know,
only
I'm
thing they
not.
have on their side is numbers. It's like a Gremlins type thing where it's like, each of
Yeah,
these things isn't that tough, but if there's a whole bunch of them.
but you could also have a whole bunch of them and be tough and intimidating. And now you're cooking. But the way they look, it's like,
That's putting a hat on a
okay.
hat.
I don't know. I'm really too scared of these guys. I think I could take
Yeah.
them. So, all right, we open up the cover here, and this book is called The Children's Hour.
No.
The Children's Hour. Deep in a cavern within a remote planetoid, Clonus finds. Oh, we should mention
Yeah, because
Clonus.
Clonus, he's back on the ship. He's like the guy who brought them back to
Uh,
life.
I don't know if he's back on the ship or is he like, did they say his body's been destroyed?
Oh, maybe. He's just
And
living
so
in the
he,
computer.
I think, I don't know, maybe we'll find, I can't remember. But yeah, so he basically, the only, he's present in this book is because, Reanimage has a thing on his wrist that projects like a hologram of Clonus's floating head.
Ooh.
And Clonus is depicted as like a pink hologram, and he's got pointy ears, and he's a bald guy with big pointy
Yeah.
ears.
Kind
So
of like Zordon for the Power Rangers almost. Just
I'll
a
take
big
your word
floating
for it.
hologrammy head.
Never seen a Power Ranger in my life. No idea.
Oh, you're missing out.
So Clonus, when he says Valissa, that apparently is Clonus's wife. And
Yes.
she's this lady sitting on a throne, but she looks like a zombie, kind of. Like she's all withered and she's seen better
Yeah,
days.
kind of, yeah. Kind of yellowing. Her skin's not looking so good.
It kind of it's reminiscent a little bit of not the way she looks, but the general vibe here reminded me of Madeline Pryor when she's the Goblin Queen,
Ooh,
because
yeah.
like she's sitting here and all these little alien impish goblin guys are all like running around her like worshiping her. And like all
Yeah.
the little itty bitty baby ones, they're like only 4 inches tall or something. And they're all just crawling all over her body. Like they're just, oh, okay.
If only
Yeah.
she was a smoking hot lady with a lot of underboob, but she is
Yes.
not.
Yeah, she's wearing like a green. It almost looks like the lady from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles if she was died for a few years and they dug her up. April
Yeah, I can
O'Neil
see that.
or
April
whatever.
O'Neil. Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing like that same
Her
kind of outfit.
jumpsuit's kind of got mold growing on it, so it's green instead of yellow now. I see it.
So they're confronting her, and he's like, "My Prime's wife." Okay, so throughout this book, they say Prime a lot, and I guess
Yeah.
that just means like the original being,
Yep.
like I'm the
The one you were
prime of
cloned
that
from.
sexy young year clone you made of me. He would
That's
refer to me
right.
as his prime, right? So,
Even though he's the one in his prime.
and he's like, I can't even remember my prime. And he's like, my prime's wife, my wife, and these monsters, they are our children and our children's children. Okay, so this is another thing we have to explain here. So Clonus
Yeah.
married this Valissa lady, and but she was dying, so he put a clone he
It
made a,
seemed like I got the impression he was like immortal and she, was gonna
ooh,
die, kind of like Highlander style, but she wanted to stay alive, at least according to him. He was like, I cloned you, to make you young again, and we just keep doing that over and over again. Just every time you started to get old, we would clone you, get you a nice young body, and then we could stay together for all time.
Yes, I think that is it. But because they were clones and they were, you know, banging each other, having the babies,
Yeah.
um, the babies came out crazy, like deformed little monsters.
Yes. Yeah, apparently clones, their DNA is like unstable or something, so any of their children are going to be weird and have a lot of problems, which I guess is kind of upsetting to the Wanderers, who, well, are now clones as well.
So I got to ask, how often were they having sex that they have thousands of these clones?
Yeah, you'd think in the future
This
they would have better
Clonus,
birth control that.
this Clonus has some stamina. He was going, little jackrabbit,
And he just
Clonus.
ships all of them off to this school. Like, yeah, they'll figure it out.
All right, so now there's a guy on page two. They all there's a guy who looks like Clonus,
Hmm.
and he's got a gem on his forehead, and it says the captive hunter snarls. What does that even mean there? What is that his name? I don't know. Or is this Clonus? I have
Yeah.
no. I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't think this is Clonus.
that they look exactly alike.
Yeah, he's definitely the same race, I would say.
So I guess yeah, he's like, now you know, Clonus, why we have forbidden your work and declared cloning a crime against nature. Now you know why I have hunted you. The biological offspring of asexually created clones, such as your prime's wife, Velissa, are born with unstable DNA. In short, the children of clones become monsters. And Clonus is like, I didn't know. My prime didn't know. And the other guy says, you should have. Now, let us hope my mind domination can prevent them from. And then his head just explodes. It's like, they're like, what?
Yeah, that was
That was pretty
strange.
cool. His head just pops. And they're like, oh, so much for the controller mind domination over these babies. So, yeah, all the little alien babies. Why did his head blow up exactly, though?
I don't know. I'm just assuming it was those little imp guys. Like maybe
It looks like
they're using
his.
like their mind powers,
Yeah, I have no
like
idea.
scanner style, just blowing up his head.
But no one, or yeah, so many unanswered questions.
Yeah.
So his
It
head
does seem
blows
like,
up.
I mean, Clonus says he didn't know that this was going to happen, but you kept having countless
Yeah.
babies. Like the first one,
When
you'd be like,
you've
hey,
been
wait a
able to
minute.
see like immediately that this is
Yeah.
happening. So I
This
don't
doesn't
know.
look right.
So then the little alien imp guys come running after them, and the one, I guess they can spit fire out of their mouths. Okay, so
Yeah.
that makes them pretty tough, I guess. I guess that makes them tough.
Yeah, there you go.
But they only did it like once, like when they're
It's
fighting.
true.
They really,
Yeah, unless maybe they each have different abilities or something. Like that was the fire
uh,
guy, and the rest are just kind of like, I can grow my fingernails really fast.
so the fire guy, he just burns off Reanimage's right hand, and like it's just like shrivels, like just burns it up. And
Yeah,
oh, we should mention Quantum Queen. At this moment in time, she's like an ultraviolet version of herself.
that's right.
So her coloring is all like purple and light blue. And I
Yep,
thought
she's
this is
just
what she,
composed of light, I guess, at this point.
yeah, like her real body is up on the surface of the planetoid still. And this
Yeah,
is just like a light form version of her or something. But I didn't know that at this point when I started reading the book, and I was like, "This is a very cool way, like a look for a character." I think,
yeah,
like I was way
sure.
into her as the ultraviolet form because it's just a cool combination of colors, and it's a nice
Yeah.
of a character there, especially for a team book. It sets her off from everybody, and
Mm-hmm.
so I was really disappointed when I found out that's really not her.
That's not her main form, yeah.
It's- She's just another generic blonde lady. You already have a generic blonde lady on the or well, I guess she had white
Well,
hair.
no, no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so I don't know. Wasn't a fan of that. But anyway, Reanimate has like a smoldering stump for his right hand now. And
Yep.
and he just heals it back in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem at all.
That's nice.
If
And
they'd done that to anyone else, it would have been trouble, but not Reanimate. You picked the wrong
uh,
guy.
So they're having another conversation here. They haven't started fighting fully yet. And because Velissa says, because I wish to speak to you first.
So he says, my body was only a clone of your husband who is also dead. She says, like so many of my bodies murdered by you. He's like, it wasn't murder, Velissa. I did it only to keep you youthful and healthy, and I never once disposed of an aged body until after I transferred your psyche into a newly cloned body. He's like, yes, yes, I know. You were merely disposing of spoiled meat, replacing it with more appetizing fare. He's like, well, it was done with your full permission and cooperation. You wanted to stay young, immortal, along with me. And
Yeah, he put immortal in quotes. So I'm guessing he means like he was cloning himself all these years as well to stay young.
oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why he keeps talking about
His
his
name is
prime,
Clonus
because
after all, yeah, so
yes, when your name's Clonus, you're kind of
yeah.
pigeonholed in what you can do. I gotta make clones. That's what I gotta do.
I wanted to be a chocolatier, but they're like, nope.
He's like, it was done with your full permission and cooperation. You wanted to stay young and mortal along with me. And then she says, with you, construct of light. Because, yeah, because he says, you're still not seeing me, Velissa. I'm nothing more than a holographic projection.
Yep.
He says, then your body is dead. And he's like, yes. And there's more. And then that leads into the big speech you just gave. So, yeah, this is just, I guess his body is, maybe back on the ship or just dead. I have no idea. Maybe he needs a new clone body. But I will say it's very fortunate that when they burned up Reanimage's right hand, they didn't hit that wristband that projects his head, because that was
Yeah.
also on his right wrist. So it was
Ooh.
very fortunate.
Wrong wrist, yeah.
Yeah. So now I don't know. Old Clonus is
Yeah, they're talking
crying.
about the children, and these are our children. 3 times you were their father, 3 times removed, if at all. And he's just the hologram is now crying, but I still love you, Melissa, as much as my prime ever did. Don't you see? I brought these wanderers to save you. Do you remember how happy we were when we finally had children? And do you remember how I wanted to keep them, raise them myself? But how you insisted we had too much work to do perfecting your cloning techniques, and how you needed me to help you. We should give our children over to a child rearing institute and let professionals care for them until we were ready to resume our duties as parents. Once they were old enough to,
Okay.
wipe their own ass, I guess, and
So
buy their own houses,
okay.
then we can
Okay.
parent
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. I read this last week. I'm forgetting things. All right. So because when she's giving this story and the flashbacks of it, we're seeing what their children look like, and they look like little clonuses, um, not like
Yeah.
completely like these alien imp guys, because these look like more like monsters.
Yeah.
So
He's like, we missed seeing how they developed, how they changed, and you see their eyes like getting weirder and weirder, and one of them
what?
turns into like a like a like a little gateway almost, but an alien version of Gateway from the X-Men.
But how many? Yeah, because he's sitting cross-legged, like yeah.
Yeah.
But how many of these kids were they pumping out though? Still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then so then these kids had to grow up, marry. I guess they could marry even normal people, right? Like they didn't have to like
I
mate with each other.
guess it seems like the change happens fairly early. They still look kind of like children, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird. Don't overthink it. I guess
When
I'm
the
overthinking it
hatchlings
too much.
matured enough to fend for themselves and savagely so, the Institute workers were naturally expendable. So it seems like the first
Oh, oh,
generation,
oh,
like,
oh.
pretty much just killed all
Okay,
the workers at the Institute.
we missed something important here. All right.
Oh.
The changes became physical, seemingly a regression to something resembling babies, whose brains, however, produce crystalline eggs.
Ooh.
So their brains were somehow shooting out crystalline eggs out of their brains. I don't know how. So just one of them could make, you know, hundreds of these things, if not more. So that would explain why there's so many then, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
So they don't reproduce through actual sex, but just through crystalline eggs that they lay out of their brains. I don't know how. Hmm.
Oh, some strange concepts being thrown around here.
Yes. So all right. So now they're still talking and talking and talking. we should mention Psyche, the lady with the white hair. She's got her own little pet, one of these alien guys. Like
Oh yeah.
he's like a little 4-inch baby one, and she like is trying to
She
like
like saved
work.
it on an
Yeah.
earlier mission, I guess, and has just been kind of taking care of it ever since.
So I don't know. They keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking
Yeah,
and
the
talking and
children
talking.
then decided to come back to the space station because they wanted Velissa. She's like, why Clonus Prime was not killed, I don't know. But perhaps our children sensed something in my feelings which stopped them. And it was my feelings, you see, after that, or they were after. Um, because they want her emotions. They feed off of her emotions somehow. And that like kind of keeps them going.
But all these babies, these little aliens, they murdered the Wanderers.
Yep. Yeah, apparently they just go from planet to planet, like killing things and sucking up their life energy, I guess, or something like that.
And the
And they did that to the
Wanderers
Wanderers because they, I don't know, happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
and the Wanderers were not aware of this, but Clonus was aware that these babies killed the Wanderers, no?
Uh,
And he was kind of lying to them the whole time.
Possibly. Because they don't really seem mad about that. So I don't know. I didn't take that away from it.
Because he needed the Wanderers to help him find her. 'Cause I guess he thought he could win her back. I don't know.
Even though he's just a floating head at this point. Yeah.
But he never told them that like these things were what killed them. And he also kept from them that now that they're clones, they can't have any children or they'll just reproduce monsters.
Yeah. Weird babies that'll give birth via crystal eggs from their brains.
So they're not real happy to learn that. So yeah, Avix, that bird guy's like, we found the ones who murdered our primes, but it looks like we won't do any better against the monsters.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. You guys got
but
upgrades. Come on. Reanimate should just bring you all back to life.
that Elvar guy says, maybe not, but I say we get on fighting. And then Dark Talon says, now it's my turn to agree with you, small one. And Reanimage says, I second that. AVX, we
That
need a
Dark Talon guy
distraction.
definitely seems like you can see the Masters of the Universe influence.
Yes. He looks like Beastman, sort of.
Yes,
Um,
very much so. Same
yeah.
like loincloth, kind of the big furry mane. Yeah.
And Reanimage says, hey, AVX, we need a distraction. Make it an ugly one. So AVX just lifts his tunic, his little skirt, his loincloth. He distracts
Shows him the
everybody.
twig and berries, and then yeah.
He turns into some sort of flying gargoyle type thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now there's a big fight.
Hey, finally something's happening besides talking.
Yes. And he tells Psyche to try to use her powers against Felissa because she can manipulate people's emotions and stuff to see if she can like disrupt Velissa's control of the alien people, the babies. And it does work for a brief moments,
hmm
and it gives them a chance to run away. And for some reason, they decide we need to split up into teams of two.
Yeah, this was
And
weird. Because like, there's so many of these tunnels. One of them's got to lead to the surface, but we don't know which one. So let's just split up into groups of two. How's that going to help once if you find the right one? Like, how are you going to get the others back over there?
so they split up into the teams of two, and it's Reanimage and Quantum Queen, Dark Talon in Elvar, and Psyche in Aviax. They're your teams,
Yep.
and they each take a different tunnel. And the weird little alien babies are chasing them through the tunnels. And old Dark Talon throws a quill that causes a cave in and squishes some of the little alien guys. I like there's a shot of the alien guy laying on his back with his tongue sticking out. There's a bunch of rocks lying on him. That's pretty good. And
Yep.
then Elvar fuses all the rocks together with his energy sword. So they're like, all right, we're safe now. They can't be chasing us. That'll slow them down, you know.
Yeah.
And what's going on with the other teams there, Jank?
So Psyche and Aviax, Psyche is using like her mind powers on them. She's trying to use her emotion barrage, but it's not working this time. She's like, I can only reach them through Velissa, so we got to get back to. So no, Aviax is going to use her as bait while he kind of gets a boulder that's up in the ceiling like loose and have it fall on these little things. And she levitates out of the way like right at the last second. And it
Yeah.
falls on him and crushes him. So he's like, "Yeah, we're still trapped in this tunnel, so we better quit complaining and keep moving." Then Quantum Queen and Reanimage, they are also there's a bunch of the demon things there. Um, and she's like, "Oh man, I wish I had my body. This would be a lot better if I could actually do things." He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I got this gun." And he like shoots a hole to hell, basically, it looks like.
Yeah.
Just cutting her off from might confuse them long enough for us to escape. And Clonus is like, no, you can't kill my wife. And Reanimation's like, don't worry about it, Clonus. The way things look right now, we can't do much of anything except for running. And
Yeah,
they
and he
start thinking
blasts a
about
hole in
what
like a
who knows
wall.
where the other half of Quantum Queen is. And then we cut to the surface to kind of see what she's been up to.
Yeah, and this is like her real body, and she's fighting little alien guys up on the surface. And one of them is about to hit her with some fire, and she just splits into like a dozen little tiny quantum queens and goes flying around. And so that's something.
Yeah.
And now we're back underground, and we're right back where we started with just everyone facing off with these little babies again. I guess they all just give up, and they're like, "All right, I guess." Start walking back with them.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, I guess we did. None of that worked out.
Yeah, so that was a big waste of time.
But
And
Velissa is kind of controlling them more now, and she's like, she won't let them kill the Wanderers. So she's like, yeah, bring them back to the center here and we'll all talk again because we
because
haven't talked
what
enough.
this book needs is more talking.
Yep.
So just to review, we had a big action sequence where the Wanderers ran like 50 feet down a tunnel, stopped, and we're brought right back to where they are again. No apparent reason.
Nope.
Come on, Doug Mensch. What are we doing? Still just talking and talking and talking. I don't know. There's a lot of talking.
Yeah. And she's like, Psyche reminded me, made me realize I can't bear to live like this one moment longer. Yet they can keep me alive forever. You must let Psyche use your hate to end it. But I can't hate you, Velissa. I love you. And here's where she starts getting weird. She's just like, what if I told you these monsters were not just my children, but my lovers as well, and better lovers than you, Clonus, far better.
So yeah,
So I
they
don't know if
need to
that's real
feel hate.
or if she's just saying that to try to, get him pissed
Like
off.
she's just yeah, just saying that to get him pissed off. But I I yeah, you need to feel hate to kill me or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
She's just making
So then
fun
she
of
starts,
Clonus.
laying into the Wanderers like, hey, Clonus, made you guys clones and now you're gonna have messed up children just like us. So aren't you mad? Don't you want to kill me? And they're like, yeah, kinda.
I don't think you have to worry about AVX having kids.
Yeah. That outfit will take care of itself.
I don't know. So that's Psyche or Psyche, whatever the hell her name is. She uses her power of hate. She's feeling all this hate. She's
hmm Yeah,
like
there's so much hate now because they're all like,
uh,
yeah, this stupid guy. And he made
Clonus. Yeah, he's got a really
he
small
made me a
penis
weird
too.
orange
Screw
monster
you,
too.
Clonus. My other lovers are so much better than you. And so she's feeling
He
all
only makes
this
tofu every night when we have dinner at the mess hall.
tofu and brown rice pasta every night. Well, yeah, she's feeling all this hatred in the air, so she's absorbing it and she's channeling it back at Velissa, and all the little monster babies start to like get freaking out, and then
Yeah.
Velissa just like crumbles and withers into dust,
Yep.
and all the little babies start screaming. So the Wanderers use momentary advantage to shoot him in the belly, and they all run away. And then Quantum Queen shows up, and she's an itty bitty Quantum Queen. And then all the itty bitty Quantum Queens form to make one giant, normal size Quantum Queen. And then I don't know, she shoots a laser beam into something. And she tells, oh yeah, she's like, she gets them all onto the ship, and she's like, take off on your ship here, and I'll catch up to you. And then she just like blows up the planetoid with all her quantum
Yeah.
energy. This Quantum Queen's pretty tough.
Holy hell. You don't need most of these team members. Just give Quantum Queen and
Yeah.
Reanimage and you're good.
So yeah, she blows up the whole planetoid, and then she flies up and catches up to the ship, and they're talking to Clonus on the ship, and he said, "Hey, I didn't know about all this. I really didn't know." And like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever, Clonus. Yeah, Dark Talon's like, then you heard what your wife said before she died. Is it true about our offspring becoming monsters? And he's like, I don't know. Believe me.
Yeah. Yeah. I really don't know.
And Reanimage says even Clonus Prime didn't know what his own children had become, not when he cloned us. Besides, maybe it won't happen with us. Maybe it only happens when a controller mates with a human clone. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Reanimage.
You never know. I would try it first,
And
but in a cup,
he just wants,
see what
he really
happens.
just wants to have, he's just trying to have sex with Quantum Queen. And then she's like, no.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe Reanimage, but can any of us take that chance? And
I mean, again, just get some birth control. You'll be all right.
so then Elvar says, so now our name fits. No real past, no real future. All we can do is wander forever. Dun,
Or at least for
dun,
another 6 issues.
dun.
8 issues.
Well, whoever said love always has a perfect ending. And they show a picture of Clonus and Velissa and all their weird little babies around them. And next, down these mean canals is the title
Oh,
of the next issue.
they're going on a romantic trip to Venice.
So there it is, The Wanderers, issue 5. I don't know what we learned here.
Yeah, a lot of clone bullshit going on.
A lot of clones, a lot of
We
clones.
did find out what happened to the Wanderers, I guess, so that's something.
Yeah,
Um, I wouldn't say it was good, but
no, I'll say it's good.
yeah, for ways to resolve that
Mhm.
mystery, it got to rank pretty low. I know you're currently writing another, monkey flip book, so maybe don't go that route with it.
I will not.
That's all I
My
can
monkey will
say.
not be cloned. But I maybe I will make reference to this in my because it does take place at a comic book convention, and I will be satirizing the comic book industry. So maybe I will be making fun of Wanderers at some point in the book,
Nice.
or at least a
We can only
clone
hope.
saga of sorts.
Oh,
Yeah, like I like the premise of the book. It was great, come back to life to find out who murdered them. That is awesome. And I could take a little bit of the cloning stuff, that's fine.
hmm.
But got a little carried away with the cloning. I just got a little
Yeah.
carried away
Yeah. Oh boy.
with and all these alien baby things. And the structure of this issue was kind of brutal. Just all the talking, and then the one action sequence for no reason whatsoever. It did nothing. Nothing changed. So we go right
Nope.
back to where we were. You could have cut all that out, and nothing would have mattered. Nothing
I
would
think
have
they were
changed.
literally like, we need to have some kind of action in this book. It can't just be
Yes.
talking. So we need to put something here.
I think you probably want to have just like a big fight break out, and then in the midst of that fight, maybe Clonus and Velissa, you know, well, he's just a hologram though, but
Yeah.
you could have them kind of reach some sort of an agreement, or I don't know, but like have
Yeah.
have a bunch of chaos going on around them while all the fighting and everything. I don't know, but the way they did it was like the most boring way you could do it.
Yeah. It's a very boring resolution to the mystery. Just like, oh, it could be this whole conspiracy or something, or there's a whole arch enemy out there and had this elaborate plan to get them. No, just a bunch of weird purple imps, were hungry, fell upon them and ate them, I guess.
Yeah, I wanted just one person to be killing them, like
Yeah.
uh like if
Or a
Alyssa had killed
cabal
them
of
all.
supervillains or something.
Yeah. Also, I feel bad for the guy whose head just exploded. You know, we barely
They had
barely
to
knew
keep
that
him to
guy.
under 5 for this book so that they didn't have to pay him as much.
Yeah, so like the dialogue wasn't bad, but the structure of the book was bad, and
Yeah.
so I don't know. The art was fine. It wasn't great or anything. It was
No, no, it was, yeah, kind of bare
middle of
minimum.
the road.
Yep.
And like the coolest thing in the book I thought was Quantum Queen in her ultraviolet form, and then that's not even really Quantum Queen. So I was like, oh man.
At least she does do that a lot, it seems like. I'm guessing.
She seems like a really cool, powerful character.
Yeah. She's got all kind of powers.
Do you like any of the other Wanderers? Aviax is no, thank you. No
Yeah,
part of
definitely
Aviax.
not. It's like
Um,
she just seems to be able to fill you with emotions. I'll pass. Um,
but she feels you with the she can manipulate and do emotional stuff. And then that Elvar guy, the little elf guy with the sword, his sword can now
does the same thing. Yeah.
also do the same thing.
Yeah. That's unnecessary.
Could they create like an infinite loop where his sword manipulates people's
Oh,
emotions, he feeds off them, and then
that
I
would
don't
be
know.
good. Yeah, that would be. I'd put that in the last issue. Hopefully they did.
I didn't really like Elvar though. I didn't really like
No, I guess they tried to have like
reanimates
Elvar and Dart, whatever his name is, the big
Dark
orange
Talon.
guy. They tried to like give them kind of like a rivalry, like, oh, these guys don't like each other, but maybe they'll be friends.
Yeah, they're
But
kind of like
that's yeah,
frenemies,
yeah,
little frenemies.
yeah,
Um, yeah, reanimate. She just seemed boring. I didn't like that guy.
yeah. And none of them really had significantly different personalities, other than I guess, the orange guy who was kind of mad about being an orange guy.
Yeah, because I guess his original form when he was not an orange guy. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, Quantum Queen's the breakout here, but she's saddled with all these other losers. So,
Yep.
tough. Going to be tough. Um, yeah, I don't know. What would you be interested in reading? Yeah, we're issue 5 of 13 issues. We already saw the murder mystery and everything. So from here, I think they become like officers for some like planetary police force or something. I think
Okay.
um,
The
that kind of deal.
Nova Corps, something like that.
Yes, something like that. Would you be interested in reading any more Wanderers?
Can't say that I would. No, these characters really weren't that interesting. The power sets are kind of weird and redundant almost. So yeah, I can't say I would really be that interested in it.
Like Slash Maraud was better than this, right?
Yes, that was a very interesting, yeah, take on an alien story. This was just kind of basic. I don't know. This is almost like what I imagine Adam Warlock was like before Jim Starlin came on board.
No, it wasn't even this good.
Yeah.
That early Warlock was rough. Um, so, all right. What do you give Will of the Wanderers? 1 out of 10.
Ooh, I guess it's definitely not the worst thing we've ever read. So maybe like a 3 or a 4, somewhere in that
Yeah,
range.
that seems about right.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4 because I like the premise, and Jim Shooter did create the original idea, so I'm a big Jim Shooter guy, so I'll give credit for that. Um, but yeah, the execution here is not the best, and I don't know. I think he could have stretched out this mystery more, made it more significant.
Yeah, yeah, and had a better resolution to the mystery. This really was not it.
So it had such promise when we heard the
Yep.
pitch. But all right, so there you go. The
It is kind of like it's disappointing that the mystery really didn't have anything to do with them. Like they weren't murdered so much as just I don't know, they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like,
yeah, yes, that's exactly exactly
yeah,
right. These little baby things were murdering a lot of people.
yeah.
They just happened to be there. So all
It's almost like
right,
getting attacked by a grizzly bear. Like, that wasn't really a murder. You...
yes, You just crossed the path of a grizzly bear.
Yeah. You just decided to
Exactly.
put a bunch of sandwiches in your pocket and go for a walk in the woods.
It wasn't a plotted mystery murder. All right. So that's the Wanderers. Next week here on the big show, it's my pick. So
Hmm.
we're gonna do we like the tie-ins, we like to tie into pop culture. That's what we like to do.
Oh, what's going
And
on
I
in
hear
pop culture
later
these days?
I hear later this month there's going to be a new Marvel show. And
Uh-oh.
I think it's going to be on
That
that
can't be
Disney
good.
Plus.
Unless it's
Wonder
Daredevil.
Man.
Oh
Wonder
no.
Man. That's right. Everyone loves a Wonder Man.
I don't think
So
they do. I don't think that's true. I'm gonna get with my scientists. We're gonna run some numbers on that.
so we're going to be doing Wonder Man issue 1 from 1986. This was just a one shot, just a
Oh,
special, I guess, to
okay.
test the
Because
waters
we have
for a
to do
Wonder
number
Man
one.
ongoing series, maybe. And it went exactly how you would expect. It remained a one shot. So,
Uh, that's great.
uh,
Like we can't even commit to a full like 4 issue limited series. Like we don't even
nah,
have that much
just give him
faith in
one.
it.
Give him one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know what's going on in this issue. I think if Simon Williams gets a job helping scientists test their inventions or something. I don't know.
He
Something stupid
signs up
like
for
that.
like those things where you like test new soda flavors. Oh, this one causes slight monsterism. That's unusual.
So it's something like that. The issue does have a pretty cool Bill Sienkiewicz cover,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's
That's
something.
something. Yeah, we've got that to look
Um,
forward to. All
yeah.
downhill from there.
So Wonder Man, we'll get to all the because we've never really discussed Wonder Man too much on this show, I don't think. So,
Yeah, probably not.
because why would we
Maybe.
want to? Why would anyone want to
Yeah.
discuss Wonder Man?
Yep.
And next week we will hold Simon Williams. So that's next week here on the big show.
Hit the
And
bell so you don't miss that one.
yes, want to be reminded of Wonder Man. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And hey, leave some comments with somebody. Please leave a comment.
For the new year, let that be your resolution. Start leaving comments on our videos.
Maybe, how would you have killed the Wanderers? Let us know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I bet they're all
All
better
right.
answers than what they ended up going with.
So, all right. That's next week here at the big show. And until then, don't get any Jake on you.